Alright, well, it looks like this is working. Hello and welcome to this live stream broadcast. My name is Darvest, and today we journey to view a face in time. Love and bless to you all. I'm lak'ech. I see you as another version of myself. I see myself as another version of you. And I also see myself as another version of these past people who have made these amazing features. I just want to sing a quick blessing of the video of the live stream as loving blessing holy water, peace and love we are going through the world, love and bless. I also just want to make a quick reminder of that you know, you can make holy water by just blessing any water. And there was some Japanese guy, Mr. Mishimoto or something in Japan. He studied it in the 70s, and he froze water after having people like say love to the water, like just repeating the words love and bless, and then he would have people say hate to the water, hate, I hate you, and then they freeze the water and you get different images. It was absolutely amazing. Highly recommend checking it out. But the love images of the water were very, very beautiful, like snowflakes, and the hate messaging was like, came out, the water, frozen water came out looking like really ugly. Chaotic, I think was the terms. And this has been repeated by some American colleges, I believe, as well. So anyway, it's interesting data. That's not necessarily proof for holy water, but it is the concept that you can say nice things to your water before drinking it, and it might be better for you, and likely is. Yeah, it's my little safety tip for the day. Alright, so so the original image here, we're looking at the bird from this video from the Colorado Forest Beings channel, Sacred Mother Ancient Temple. Do check out this video. In this video, he does spot a UFO, and I believe this is the same image over here, so we're going to look at that. And if you, I thought it'd be good to look at this raw image again before we got started, and to keep it here as a reference. So there we go on that. But here we are. This is what we ended up with previously. And after doing some analysis on this and looking at this image and having it in my mind's eye for a while, I wanted to point out some very interesting points here. And that's going to be, let's take a look at this right here. We're just going to take this image right here. We're just going to wipe it right here. Look at this. We're just going to wipe it right here. And for one moment, we will look at only this part of the image. Now, what does that look like to you? Does this not also look like a bird's head? So here's the eye of the bird. Here's the beak. And here's the neckline going down. Now this beak was probably painted in the past. It's probably all painted. It was clearly shaped. We already looked at that in the previous video. If you look in here, all of this rock was shaped in the past, and there's a lot of evidence that it was painted. We do see pictograph here of what appears to be a couple of deer clashing and fighting, and some other symbology up here that we probably cannot interpret at this time. But maybe this whole beak was just painted black. Maybe it was a crow. But I think we can say pretty much without a doubt that, especially with the other imagery we've seen these multi-faced images in the past on these formations in the same area. I also see multi-face imagery in Montana when I look at those rocks there, and when I've been to Montana. So it would make sense that this would also be a multi-face. So maybe if you're even walking up from the right side of the image, you're coming up the hill, you would maybe first see this face. You wouldn't even see the other face until you got to the top. Oops. So what do we think about this UFO? Pretty classic shape of a UFO. Now, Callie does some imagery analysis on his video of this. The video is linked, by the way, in this video description. And definitely looks like something's going on here. And I've seen these kinds of things in the past in my area. They use the clouds to, imagery of the clouds to reflect the light and make it look like there's nothing there. And you can see there's very few clouds in the sky here. There's maybe a few little wispy things over there, but... Alright, so... The title of this video was... Originally, I made it to say it was a clan wall, bird clan wall, and kind of took that back because we don't really know if this was a clan, a bird clan. And so I don't feel comfortable calling it that. Now these lines here, they're already here, folks. All these lines I'm drawing right now. Now I've kind of been looking at these kind of imageries, and I've walked in these ways, and I walk with love in my heart, and I think that does help. And it's part of why I like to sing a little song at the beginning of these live streams and videos, so that we can hopefully bring a little bit of love into other people's hearts that will help them to see these imageries, because the shamans and the artists of the past definitely used and walked with love in their hearts. I would say there was very little conflict in the past. There was plenty of resources for everybody. Not sure what's going on here. So what I maintain is all of these rocks were shaped and painted in the past. And obviously faded. The paintings are mostly washed away, but the rock was also shaped, so it does help us to see. It helps me to see anyway, and hopefully I can help you to see things here. It's, I'm not super happy with this beak and head of this bird on the left side beak. And I was just noticing here that there's a very, very angular something right here. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that on the other image. Well, it gets a little pixelated. Why is it so pixelated? That's weird. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my original drawing because this lower angular pointy thing doesn't look like it's part of the bird, so... It's interesting, though, because the beak does look like it's missing. And a lot of times when I come across these features in Montana especially, I've noticed that a lot of times the noses are missing. It almost looks like somebody came through or somebody was ordered to remove all of the noses. So probably it would make it less easy for people to spot these features in the future, I think is... I mean, it's one theory. This guy looks like he's got his nose. And he's got his little mouth right here. I'll draw in his other eye because I can't really see it. Again, all these lines are already here. I am just filling in the lines, except for that one eye. Okay, I put the eye in on the left side, his right eye, or her right eye. But is this the image of a person? What do you think? All right. Gosh, I swear that the image quality has gone down here for some reason, but let's... If we maintain that all of this was painted here, like all of this was black probably, to make the... Oh, here's the upper part of the bird beak right there. Look at that. Is that right? I'm sorry for all the clicking here. I'm just undoing all my hashtags. You know, it does look like maybe this right here could be the upper and lower part of the bird beak. Although, we've also got a line right down here. So I'm hesitant to do too much filling in on that. I'm going to darken in these black spots here where it was already painted. You can see very clearly that it was painted here. Again, we have pictographs here. So, if we say all that's been painted, then look at all these paintings in the background here. Look at all of this. Straight lines this way. We've got some different lines over here. What is it? Oh, the image quality is very, very poor, but this appears to be something. Let's look at the other image. Okay. Okay. So a previous version of me saw a face right here, but it's kind of tough to bring it out. Could be more like a shamanic vision of a face. I mean, there's definitely stuff over here. Alright, well that's the extent of what I see was painted over here. Tough to say that there's anything there. Especially, I mean, well, the bird is so obvious. Who do we have up here? Or what do we have up here? I mean, with this bird symbology being so prominent. And with it having its little pictographs on it. Does that not look worse than my other image? Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Yeah, this one looks better. That is messed up. Somebody's messing with my screenshots. That is absolutely the original screenshot. Maybe it doesn't look too much different. Alright, well... it'd be real nice to know what's behind this bush right here. Like, if we could remove this bush, that'd be good. This guy appeared to be an elf. A little pointy ear. Oh, look at that one. This could be fox. I have to say it's pretty small. So, multifacial rock art technology is what I'm calling this right now. It's like we have all these different faces on the same stone. If you didn't see the stone with, Callie called it Mr. Grumpy, but he had multiple images in one face. Some big, some small, one rock face, excuse me. There are several other live streams now talking about the Colorado forest beings and what they're finding out there. Great work, Callie. Thank you to Callie's family for supporting Callie in these endeavors so that we can bring this back to you. Oh, this guy's got owl next to him. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, there's probably somebody's face right there. No, maybe not. Although, boy, look at these lines right here. This is very interesting. So if all of the rock was shaped, like it was all chipped away, they did the relief carving, then, to make the bird image, and we all agree that's a bird. Let's take a look here at these other shapes, though. But I just noticed something. I'm gonna point out right now, real quick. Here, we're gonna go draw a line like this, and we're gonna draw the line like this, and we're gonna draw the line like this, and like this, and like this, because we have baby bird right here. I didn't, I thought about it a little bit in the previous live stream. I was like, why is this shaped like this? Because we have baby bird. Multifacial rock art technology could also equal multi-bird rock art technology. This is one of these detailed analyses of each one of these images is extremely important. To take the time to sit with each image. Find out what is really going on, because there's nobody else doing this analysis as far as I can tell. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is looking at these things in these ways that I am looking at them, that Callie is looking at them, And now that you are looking at them, all of you, my friends, are part of this journey now with me and with the Colorado Forest Beings channel. So thank you. Thank you. Look at this. Unbelievable. I had no idea this was going to be here. Okay, all these little interesting lines here. This could be writing, actually. This could be hieroglyphs of a language that we don't understand. Of a lost language. Could be. I'm speculating. Here's somebody's face. Oh, here's somebody else's face right here. So you wouldn't see these little faces when you're 5 miles away. They would just look like the normal shading of this bird. In fact, you might not even see the smaller bird 5 miles away. Look at that. That's amazing. I think it's also important to go in, like I may have mentioned this, to go into these things singing songs of love and blessings. Because I believe that it helps you to find these images that, like, maybe spirit is helping me see right now. I definitely am open to seeing. And I want to see. So that might be skewing my perspective even, but hey. The pareidolia. Seeing things that are not actually there in the environment. Dude, that's totally a face or a helmet or something on this guy's. I didn't realize that was a face until right now, but that is a face image right here. Right here is a face. If you guys haven't seen it yet, let me put the green on it. Hello, computer. Uh-oh. It's, in fact, an elongated skull image. Right there. Multifacial rock art technology. So again, you're a mile away. You don't see that little face. You don't see the little bird from a mile away. You're walking up to this. Maybe from a mile away you start seeing the big bird. But as you're walking up to it, you start seeing the details. You're like, oh. Maybe you don't even see the big bird from 5 miles away. I've speculated on this in the past, that from these long distances away, you would see this image as completely different. In fact, it could have been made to represent an eye from a long ways away, Like, think about that thing in Las Vegas when you're looking at it on the screen. Those guys are flying in. But this, in this case, would be people walking up on it. And the eye symbology has always been very important. And if this bird was painted in the correct ways, then from a long ways away, maybe all you would see is like an eye shape. Where's my pen? It doesn't want me to draw on it. So let's take a look at that idea. What do we got? We got green. Sorry. I'm not really seeing it. You know what I am seeing, though? Well, I was kind of seeing how I noticed things. All right, I don't like this yellow. Let's go with pale yellow here. This thing right here and this thing right here kind of look like they could be eyes. This thing up here also looks like it could have been an eye. Like, look at that. Or half of an eye. Again, multifacial. Multifacial, multi-bird. Rock art technology. These artists, this artist, whoever created these things, they had good eye. And they had probably thousands of years to do these. And let's just remind people, there was estimated to be 50 to 60 million people living here in the North American continent, in the United States landmass, in the year 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. $50 million people. So let's think about that. That's a lot of people. What were they doing for all that time? What were 50 million people doing here in North America? What did they build during those 50 million years? Where is all the structures that they built? What did they leave behind? We know the Native Americans, they revered the earth. They worshiped the planet like as a temple. All right. Little bird. Within the big bird. There it is. I didn't even know that was there. Maybe somebody else saw it. didn't see any comments though. Definitely leave comments when you folks see things in here and I'm missing it. There has been prime times like on the deer image on the forehead. I did not see that at all. Like that was crazy. How did I miss that? Alright, well, that was fun. Wasn't that fun? Second bird. This could be the signature of the artist right here. There's no other place that has. Oh, also, it could be later peoples came in and put their pictographs. Now, if that is true, and if we do agree that this is multi-bird, multi-face, very complicated art, which was what I maintain, and what appears to be the fact, because you can. Then these pictographs. This is like monkey tech right here, is what I would call it. Like this is very very basic representation of imagery here. Let's take pale yellow here and draw these out. If this will work, is this actually good here? What do you think? Pale yellow might not be the best. It's a good contrasting color. Because look at that. This is monkey tech right here. This is like, and how? Let's just point out again how common is that. We see that in Peru, in Egypt, but most commonly in Peru. That these people people would come in after the fact and they'd have little tiny rocks on top of the giant megalithic stone block building constructions, leading to the concept that, or ideas that, the older technology is the more profound. And little tiny stones placed on top of big stones, well, that's just people. Clearly the big stuff is tougher to place. Usually those rocks are more precisely cut. And so here we have pictograph technology, which is far less superior. I mean, these are stick figures versus multi-dimensional, multifacial, multicolors of paint and whatnot. I think were used in the past to make those faces. We can see the remnants of that paint even today. Still, it could be like this is the signature. Maybe this is a language that we don't understand. Like, for a long time, they did not, they being academia and humanity, did not understand how to read the picta, or the, what do they call it, those hieroglyphs in Egypt. This could be similar to that, like a similar Egyptian hieroglyph style of writing. Could be what we're looking at here. Could be. With this little section. But what do you think? I don't want to screw up my bird image here. Still, this looks more like 2 deer. When I drew it all out, though, it definitely didn't look like deer, but this definitely much simpler, at least in high-level view. It'd be good to get Callie back out there and have a look at these. I'm sure he's been back already. He's probably out there right now. I wish I was there with you, brother. All right, so... bird. Ace. Alright, well, this has been an interesting face and time discussion. I wish this bush wasn't covering up this face right here, because it does look like there's a face. Yeah, we gotta get these bushes off of these things. You know, like, the same thing in Montana. Everything's overgrown. We could get a much better look at it if these weren't here. But anyway, that's... the main part was I wanted to show that there were 2 birds here, and we actually ended up showing there were 3 bird images in this one image. So, multi-bird image technology. Thank you very much for this, for joining me on today's live stream. I am Darvest. Peace and love to you in lak'ech. I see you as another version of myself. If you like this video, do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share the video with a friend, somebody who might find this interesting. I'd love to have more input. If you know of anybody else doing this kind of art, bringing out these things from the past, then please point them to me and me to them so that I can meet those people. Thank you. Oh, look at that. There's another face. Okay. Well, anyway, peace and love to you, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.